For those who don't know, my name in Arabic is Bachar, and what Bachar means in Arabic is the person who delivers the good news. I've been very fortunate to play in this great game for 14 years now. I come from a different background. Not me personally, I'm born in Australia, but I come from parents who were born in Lebanon and lived majority of their life in Lebanon and came to this great, fortunate country to give us a better upbringing. Truly grateful for this. I grew up in the western suburbs of Melbourne. For me, I started at the age of 11 and quite unique and different to a lot of young boys and girls who start playing sport. My parents weren't very supportive. In fact, completely against sport in general. I always had this mentality that sport was just a complete distraction from education. Taking in mind, my parents moved over from Lebanon, a war-torn Lebanon at the time in the 70s, to give their children a better lifestyle, a better education in Australia, and became embedded in this great culture, in this great country and what it has to offer. My brother, who was about 10 years older than me, decided one day to take me to a local club and get me involved, not really informing my parents where I was. And my parents were always busy because I was one of 7 and it wasn't just about me. So I got away with it for a little bit, and then one day I got caught with a few trophies. My brother was there, he supported me and said to my parents basically, you weren't supportive with our journey and our involvement in sport. I think this needs to change. And that moment was a turning point because I made that agreement with my parents that hopefully I can still play football and enjoy my football whilst continuing to do well at school. My father was a taxi driver at the time, and was a very busy man and always worried about his family. My proudest moments as a young kid was to see a yellow taxi rock up and it parks. And that's when I knew that my father started to invest in me as a sportsman. And then within, 2 years post that, under 15s level, he'd drop his taxi, drop everything he was doing in order to go and travel interstate and support me through Vic Metro. I do my best every single day to repay that. And the reality is you never can repay what your parents do for you. And they're such a blessing forever grateful. Muslims pray 5 times a day, scattered throughout the day. And sometimes it does fall during games. And, the most recent memory that I have was 2019 grand final. And one of the prayers fell around the halftime break. At that specific time during the grand final, I could have easily walked in the change rooms and disregarded it and maybe made it up for it later. But because it was the most important thing in my life, I felt like I had to do this, and it's something that I'm really, really proud of because faith is what makes me the player I am today. I can always go back to my greater purpose, and that's my connection to God, because having that connection is the true happiness, and it's what makes me tick every single day and put a smile on my face.